guys, hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Kyle Slokar and welcome to beautiful sunny 80-degree Chicago, Illinois. Finally, we're done with the winter and we've got an amazing car to bring with you guys today. So this is a 1999 BMW E36 M3, arguably one of my favorite cars of all time. I had a whole trip planned out to go to Alabama, pick the car up and show you guys everything about the process. But thanks to Amex Travel, my flight randomly got canceled and I shipped the car instead. So here we are today with the car. It's a Techno Violet on Mulberry car, one of 148 ever built in this configuration. It is completely rust free. Now a lot of people ask, like, why do you buy the cars from out of state? It's A, there's not a lot of stuff local, and B, Chicago has salt and snow and just bad weather, and the cars that come from the south and sometimes even East Coast, etc., are just way nicer than what's out here. So I'm happy to have it here for you guys today. This car is absolutely beautiful, no paint work or anything like that, no accidents, and it really has no modifications aside from a Rogue Engineering short shifter right here. The person I bought it from was a really cool guy. They owned it for 3 or 4 years. They were BMW enthusiasts as well, and kind of what you expect when you're buying a purple E36 M3. So overall, this car is exactly what you'd expect. You know, it's a 5-speed manual, 3.2 liter inline 6 that produces around 245-ish horsepower if I'm remembering correctly. So when it comes to track driving or daily driving, I really think the E36 M3 is the best bet for both because it's super linear power, 50-50 weight distribution, an amazing gearbox. It's not super notchy, and the car just feels super connected, especially with the Vader seats. They're built by Recaro actually, and they have really nice comfort throughout, but they also hold you really nicely. Now you guys know I'm a big proponent to E46 M3s and all other M3s. I absolutely love them, but if I had to pick one to bring on track or daily drive, aside from the creature comforts, I would pick this. And I've actually put probably 100,000+ miles on the E36 M3 chassis, and they've been completely bulletproof. So aside from the common rust in the rear quarters and on the trunk that you'll get in a lot of, salt state driven cars, there's really not that much to worry about between that and then mechanically an exploding cooling system, because the fan clutches, or not the fan clutches, the actual thermostat was built with plastic rather than metal. You have to take the fan clutch and all that stuff out to replace it. Ask me how I know. I've got some probably scars on my fingers. But with this color, I think it's really cool with Techno Violet because it really fits the time period. The late 90s, it really shows off the retroness of this car. And when it came out, it really was like a spaceship. Now I love E30 M3s, but I don't think they're worth the money because it's the first iteration of the M3. Yes, they look cool, but no, they're not as purposeful as these cars were when they came out. And in 1999, having all this stuff, the technology, the power, everything, the reliability, is to me just an amazing feat overall, and that's why I think the E36 M3 is going to continue to skyrocket in price, and especially rust-free examples that are nearly mint like this one definitely will as well. So far as modifications I've done to you guys off camera, or I haven't showed you yet, when I got the car, obviously I washed it and all that good stuff, but before I did, I found a set of LTW wheels, which if you're familiar with Paul Walker or the E36 M3 Lightweight, it's the white car with the flag, the M flag on the top corner, which obviously those are going for hundreds of thousands of dollars now. But those wheels, in my opinion, look the best. They're polished, they're beautiful, and I had to get rid of the ugly contours on these. Now, a lot of people love contours. I've had them before. I've rocked them for a long time, but unfortunately, I wanted to make this car perfect, and that's why I went with those wheels. So bought those wheels, threw them on right away. Fortunately, I have a factory spare as well, so it's a super OEM upgrade. Otherwise, I don't really have too many plans with this. The trunk spoiler is oxidized a bit, so I'm going to have the whole trunk repainted just because I want to make it perfect. And then there's a little chip on the bottom trim of the trunk that I'm also going to have fixed and painted professionally by a BMW certified shop. To me, this is a car that I've been searching for a long time. And with me, I'm not always sure if I'm going to keep a car just financially, or if it makes more sense to move it and get into something else. I'm always looking for the best example, but this one has 153,000 miles on it, which in E36 land really isn't that many, and it just drives like brand new, and it's such a fun car to rip around. I'll take a corner here, and hopefully Oliver can hold on, but it grips it so well. And I know that wasn't that aggressive, but anything you throw at this car, it seems like it can take, because they're just, like I said, a very good balance of power and a very perfect chassis, like I said, with the 50-50 weight distribution. So when it comes down to buying these cars for investment purpose or whatever, you're just looking to buy one for yourself and you don't want to lose money on it, what I'd recommend is probably going more towards the manual coupe territory, just like any other sports car, like Porsches or E46 M3s. the more you go towards the manual coupes, the more desirable driver's cars, the more value that's going to be held there. On top of that, obviously rust-free examples with no accidents. And then on top of all that, you've got different things like Lux versus Sport Package. I honestly think the Sport Package, the cars with the Vaders and the front grills that don't have the slits in them, are a little bit more expensive and a little bit more desirable. And then maybe slick top cars are more desirable too. But overall, cool color combinations like Techno Violet, Alpine White, Hellrot Red, maybe even Fern Green or Boston Green, any of those cooler colors could typically command a premium over your silvers and stuff like that. But always, you know, odometers matter, clean Carfaxes matter, paintwork matters, but overall, get yourself a nice clean example that was well maintained and try and avoid rust if you can, or if you do have rust, get it really, really well professionally fixed and cut all that stuff out because that stuff really does spread everywhere. But overall, guys, I really appreciate you checking out the channel and being with me on all these different builds. I've got a lot of new cars in the pipeline between the ZHP and more clean, crazy, low-mile E46 M3s, and I really want to keep documenting them for you guys. So stay tuned, subscribe, and all that good stuff. It would mean the absolute world to me. If you like this video, if you liked it, dislike it. If you did not, follow me on Instagram at SoulCarMedia or at Kyle Soulcar for just about everything else. With that being said, guys, once again, thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.